CCTV acquired the World Cup rights. Fans can finally rest assured. Speaking of which, this matter was truly full of twists and turns. At first, the illegal asking price ranges from $250 million to $300 million, almost twice as much as the superior. CCTV did not accept it. It later dropped to $120 million to $150 million. CCTV still refuses to accept it. In the end, on the afternoon of May 15, the station officially announced it had acquired the broadcasting rights. Insiders revealed the final price was around $60 million USD. This number, I wasn't surprised. The day before the price was released, I posted an article. I guessed blindly. It is estimated to be between $60 million and $80 million. But price is just the result. What's truly interesting is the process. Why is that? It will be less than a month before the World Cup opens. They finally reached an agreement. And why? It can be raised from the initial nearly $300 million. They talked all the way to $60 million. It's almost half the price. The root of the problem. It could be a matter of both sides. Didn't count them all together. Illegally have a ledger. CCTV has another ledger. On one hand, prices are rising. He couldn't keep up with it. Stuck in the middle means a stalemate. Let's first talk about the illegal accounts as the seller. The current chairman is illegal. Infantino, 2023. He shouted a target. Compare the total revenue for the 2023 to 2026 cycle. Reach $11 billion. For comparison, real income from 2019 to 2022, approximately $7.06 billion. Growth pressure is considerable. Illegality is not just about sports organizations. It's underlying color. In fact, it's still a company. Infantino is the CEO. $11 billion is the KPI. So this price increase is not a whim. It is the pressure of growth. So they had to go door to door to negotiate. China, South Korea, Europe, and so on. Discuss them one by one. Raise them one by one. Which company couldn't reach an agreement? Which one can't rise? KPIs might not work. China, as a super large market. Naturally, they are the main customers for price increases. Here comes the question. Why should illegal price hikes be justified? Is it really necessary to watch the World Cup? Rely on the star player's charisma. Still, it was because he held the monopoly. Actually, none of them are. It is all about product upgrades. What does that mean? First, there are more matches now. 2026 World Cup. The number of participating teams expanded from 32 to 48. The number of matches has increased from the original 64. The number has skyrocketed to 104 games. That's an extra 40 shows for you and me. There are more balls to watch, but for illegal ones, that is, for buyers like CCTV, an additional 40 advertising slots were provided. Second, there's still time to hydrate. 2022. There is a detail in the Qatar World Cup. About 30 minutes into the first and second halves, the referee blows the whistle. Let the players go to the sidelines to drink water. The first and second halves were each lasted 3 minutes. Hydration time. Originally to cope with Qatar's high temperatures, but this year's Megamo World Cup. Actually, hydration is not very necessary, so why not cancel it? Because of these 6 minutes. It is a highly valuable advertising time. The score was still 0-0. The coach was on the sidelines and didn't value tactics. Players are taking a couple of sips of water. The next second, the whistle sounds and you have to think again. The audience couldn't bear to blink. Attention is firmly locked, so the advertising fee for these 6 minutes is very expensive. In summary, more sessions plus the time you retained for hydration. For illegal ones, that's the case. As the seller, we offer more and more valuable ad slots. As a buyer, you can also sell more advertising revenue. The product has been upgraded. Everyone benefits. Of course, broadcasting rights have to rise accordingly. That sounds pretty reasonable. The issue is CCTV as the buyer. There are also several accounts to settle. The first account, the timing is too unfriendly. This is the most realistic account. Beijing time, 8:00 p.m. to midnight. After work, going home, showering, watching football. The whole set of moves was just right. The 2026 US-Mexico World Cup is happening. The core match is scheduled for Beijing time from 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. After work, going home, showering, sleeping. Wake up at 3 a.m. to watch the game. Sleep a bit more at 5:30. Then get up to work, attend meetings, and meet clients. How many people can endure this much? How many more days can you endure? Second, get up, swipe swish. Hurry up. There are fewer spectators. Naturally, commercial value shrinks. And it doesn't stop there. CCTV and illegal channels. In a way, they were still opponents. The second record. Advertising budgets were illegally cut from the source. Look at the electronic billboards on the World Cup sidelines. Vivo, Hisense, Fierce Bull, Yardia, circle after circle, rolling and revealing. Many people think these ads were sold by CCTV to the brand. Actually, it's not. These brands, it is a direct and illegal contract. money. They also call directly to illegal ones, avoiding CCTV. In other words, some of the advertising budgets that could have been reserved for CCTV, it was illegally intercepted at the source. Finally, and there was the most heartbreaking stabbing. Remember, the 2002 Korea-Japan World Cup? This was China's first World Cup. If you've lived through that time, you should remember. That summer, the national flag hangs in every street and alley. Remember, in front of the TV at home, the convenience store outside the classroom. Everyone stared at the same screen. At that time, we all thought, this is just the beginning. But who would have thought that was also the peak? The national team couldn't make it into the World Cup. Our sense of involvement is also shrinking. For comparison, over the years, the commercial value of the Olympics in China continues to rise. Sponsors rush to participate. Broadcast fees steadily increase. Ad slots are hard to buy. Why? Because you can see it today. China won several more gold medals. Feel a sense of honor. There is an emotional connection. But what about the World Cup? No matter how brilliant it is, that was also someone else's child taking the college entrance exam. We helped refuel through the fence. But in the end, that was not his own child. Competitive sports. There is a commercial side. The seller has a debt to be paid for. The buyer has another account. They may not recognize each other. They may not even be able to understand each other. This leads to inner conflict. There is a contradiction. There is friction. But competitive sports. And it's not just business, at least for us as spectators. World Cup. Perhaps it is also in life. A 4-year-old iconic show. 4 years is enough time for many things to happen. 4 years will change a lot in just 4 years. Was the person who accompanied you to watch the game doing well? Why not take this opportunity? Contact and contact. Follow Liu Run, lowering the cognitive barrier for business.